Welcome to This Week in East Brunswick. Residents will soon be able to enjoy a new park in town. We'll take you to the groundbreaking ceremony of Great Oak Park. The Affirmative Action Committee of East Brunswick Public Schools sponsored a program Sunday based on a contest theme of Christopher Columbus opening a new world. And Karen Burke has the details, as promised, of the Mayor's Scholarship Walk scheduled for this Sunday. There's an unusual exhibit this month at the library. We'll talk with 5 members of the artistic Cohen family. All of this and much more is coming up, including a special pet doctor segment on keeping your pets safe on Halloween and our weekly council meeting review. But first, here's a look at highlights from next week's programming on Channel 8. Start the week off right with Lenore Kulik on Look Great, Feel Great, Monday morning at 10 a.m., followed at 10:30 by Stories from the Library. Tuesday evening at 6:30, get more familiar with the candidates running for Township Council during a 1-hour Council Candidates Profile hosted by WCTC's Peter Haskell. At 7:30 p.m. Tuesday, tune in for financial information on you and your money, followed by Exercise the Right Choice at 8 o'clock. And at 8:30, see the council candidates again on Channel 8's Council Candidates Forum. Wednesday night at 7:30, Spotlight on Education focuses on physical education from elementary schools to the high school. And at 8 o'clock, EB18, a new program on Channel 8, focuses on the projects of the East Brunswick Business Appearance Improvement Committee. Thursday evening at 7 and 8 o'clock, we'll be back with an all-new This Week in East Brunswick. And at 7:30, Let's Talk Health looks into alternative allergy care. At 8:30 Thursday, meet the candidates running for mayor during the mayoral candidates profiles, followed by the mayoral candidates forum. Check the Channel 8 Community Bulletin Board for reruns of all of our shows and for coverage of East Brunswick High School sports.
Residents will soon have the opportunity to enjoy a new passive park in the township. The Great Oak Park, located at the crossroads of Ruse Lane, Winton Road, and Riders Lane, will offer 5 acres of parkland with benches and a wide variety of trees and plant life. The highlight of the park is the old Great Oak, which stands in the middle of the 5 acres. At the groundbreaking ceremony Friday, Mayor Ira Oskowski gave a brief history of the park property.
Mary Swiderski, her parents were the original owners of property and cleared property to create this farmland. The only tree they had to leave was a black oak tree behind us, as it was too enormous even then to remove. I also want to point out Viola Garbowski. She and her late husband Lawrence and her brother-in-law Joseph farmed the land. They grew strawberries, wheat, grain, corn, and soybean at the site for more than 65 years. I also want to point out Viola's daughters, Teresa Van Deesten, who's here, and Cynthia Todoroff are here today, and her 2 grandchildren, Jessica Lynn and Catherine Ross Todoroff, are also here. I also want to point out Mary Jane Gabowski, who's a niece of Mary and Viola. So we all have a family that started this open space, which was originally farmland. So thank you all for being here today. I appreciate it. I want to thank everybody for being here. I think I want to ask all the residents of East Brunswick again, when time comes and the park is ready, come out, enjoy it, and I want everybody else here today to come out and enjoy the park as well. So good luck, and we'll have the groundbreaking right now. Thank you.
Over 100 trees will be planted in Phase 1 of the project, which is scheduled to be completed in the spring of 1993. Phase 2 and additional park development will continue through 1994. Every day, volunteers in East Brunswick deliver hot meals to the homebound elderly. This program is coordinated by the Office on Aging, and every year staff members recognize and thank the volunteers for their hard work and dedication.
Every month we have trips, parties, and all kinds of wonderful things going on, and we love it. But there's a whole other population out here in East Brunswick who couldn't care less about Atlantic City, about line dancing, or about anything else that we're doing, because they are homebound, they're frail, they're ill, and they are dependent on programs such as this to keep them in their homes and to keep them going from day to day. All of you know the people who are so frail that they can't get out of their chair to answer the door, or the lady whose hands are so crippled by arthritis that she can't get the milk carton open. Every one of you has gone into homes and seen such sadness, but you still continue to do it day after day, week after week, year after year. It is a remarkable program. It's a tribute to all of you who are bringing to people not only the food they need to nourish their bodies, but also the friendship and the caring that they need to nourish their souls. That somebody comes every single day and says, "How are you today?" That's beyond price. This is something that money can't buy.
Every year we come around and I wonder, how can I say thank you to so many special people? But frequently there is one person that kind of has their year. They shine. They're there above and beyond the call all the time. And this year we have a really special person. This particular person has been there. He drives twice a month on his normal route. He goes whenever we pick up the phone and say help, and he's there. So this year, the Volunteer of the Year award goes to Michael Mayone.
I'm very surprised. I mean, I do my best. I try.
For more information about the Senior Meals Program, contact the East Brunswick Office on Aging at 390-6896. At the high school on Sunday, student dancers from the Italian and Spanish clubs entertained at a program of the Affirmative Action Advisory Committee. The committee conducted a contest based on the theme, Opening a New World. The emphasis of the contest was on the idea that the voyages of Christopher Columbus led to the massive immigration that has taken place since 1492. One of the goals was to enhance students' awareness and appreciation of the contributions that immigrants from all over the world have made to the culture and traditions of the United States. 140 essays and drawings submitted for the contest were selected to be included in books designed to commemorate the 500th anniversary of the first voyage of Columbus. A book has been published for each elementary school, and the 8 books will become a permanent part of the collection in the children's department of the library. Sunday's program honored the students whose works are in the books and to provide entertainment in observance of the anniversary. In addition, the East Brunswick Arts Commission chose 8 students to read their essays from the commemorative books. The Arts Commission provided a commemorative certificate to each of the student authors and artists, and a book about Columbus was presented to each elementary school library media center from the East Brunswick Friends of the Library.
Hi, guess what? October 18th is this coming Sunday, and the Mayor's Scholarship Walk will take place at Wonsdorfer School over on Hardenberg Lane at noon. How come we're doing this? The mayor and I had this conversation during the summer, and the need in the township has arisen because of economic times to help those people in our township that can't afford to do all the programs that they may like to participate in. So we're doing this to raise money for the DAISY program, that's for the disabled population. For school-age childcare, that's the program like the Latchkey program that the township runs at the various sites in town. and also for the day camp program. The mayor selected those programs because that was the highest needs area in the last year. So come on out. If you need any information, call us at 390-6797. We'll be happy to help you out, answer any questions. The sign-up sheets will be right there. Talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends, bring them along, go for a walk with the mayor in the neighborhood of the year. This year, it's Colonial Oaks area. Next year, it'll be Lawrenceburg area. We hope that this is a wonderful neighborhood family event. Meet new friends, do different things together, and do it in a healthy way. And a special thanks to those people along the route that have agreed to put out snacks, fruit, water. That's so special because it really makes East Brunswick be even more closely attached to one another. I hope to see you. Look for me. I'll be there bright and early in the morning, but I need to see you around noon. Take care.
Election Day is just a few weeks away, and residents will have the opportunity to elect a mayor and 2 council members in East Brunswick. The candidates for mayor are Democrat Kitty Martin and Republican incumbent Ira Oskowski. 4 men are vying for the 2 open council seats. They are Republican incumbent Anthony Riccobono, Republican candidate Vincent LeBlanc, Democratic candidates Larry Sachs and Ernest Feist. To find out more about the candidates, their backgrounds, and their goals, tune in to Channel 8's Candidates Profiles. The mayoral profiles can be seen on Thursday, October 22nd at 8:30, Tuesday, October 27th at 9 p.m., Saturday, October 31st at 10 a.m., and Monday, November 2nd at 6 p.m. The profiles of the council candidates will be shown on Tuesday, October 20th at 6 p.m., Thursday, October 29th at 8:30, Saturday, October 31st at 10:30 a.m., and Monday, November 2nd at 6:30 p.m. You can also watch the candidates debate this year's issues on the Candidates Forums scheduled throughout October. Watch the Channel 8 Community Bulletin Board for dates and times. The October exhibit at the library features the works of members of East Brunswick's Cohen family. They came to the library this week to talk to us about their work. First, tell me how many family members' works are represented here, and who are they?
There are 6 in our family, and there's myself, Edie, and my husband, Harry, and my daughter, Marnie, and my granddaughter, Sarah, and my other daughter, Mila, and David is not here because he lives upstate New York, and at the moment he's on the Clearwater sloop, right? Volunteering for that.
Okay, and David has works on display here.
Yes, he does.
Okay. Give me a little bit of a background on the family. How did you get involved in art? Has this been a lifelong pursuit?
Well, for myself, I would say that I really became interested in doing artwork after I got out of high school. I just started by sketching, and I took a painting class, and at that class I happened to meet Harry, who was subbing as a teacher at that particular time.
And Harry, how about you? It sounds like you've been involved with art all your life.
Yeah, ever since my Aunt Ida gave me 25 cents for a sketch I did when I was about 7. So I've been sketching ever since, and painting and stuff.
And so have the 2 of you been an influence then on your daughters?
Yeah, I would say so. When the kids were very small, they had, open season on my studio. They could use anything they wanted, and they were always there, sketching and painting and stuff.
I had read in the newspaper article that you frequently took liberty of drawing on your walls. Is that true?
Yes, that's true. That's true, and other people's walls too, who wanted me to.
Who thought of the idea to put the works on display here at the library?
Well, actually, I had spoken to Josephine, and at that time I had come in with some of my own work. And in talking and through conversation, I had told her that we all did artwork, and she said, gee, that sounds like a good idea. Why don't you all exhibit? And I thought that would be a nice idea.
So you not only have the wall space, but you're also in the cases.
Yes, so we have ceramic work in there, and most of it is mine, and a lot of the work that I've done has, although I've decorated some, Harry has decorated some of my pieces, and there's some of Mila's work in the showcase too.
Good. That was essentially my next question. What kinds of work do each of you do?
Right now, I enjoy doing watercolor the most. In the past in school, I worked in a lot of different media.
Is that primarily what you have on display here is your watercolor?
Mostly some ceramics and etchings also.
Good. How about you, Sarah? What kinds of things do you like to draw?
I like to draw with markers and crayons, and I like to paint.
Very good. I've noticed you have a couple of animals painted. Is that your favorite subject?
Yeah, I like drawing animals.
Good. How about you?
Well, basically, I spend a lot of time doing pen and ink line drawings, and I like doing people, caricatures of people, and I like doing animals like Sarah also.
I see where she gets that from then. And how about the two of you? What's your primary medium?
Well, I guess black and white sketching, cartooning, illustration, and I do photography and oils, watercolors. I enjoy all the media. Yeah.
Like to experiment with different kinds. I can see that in your display. Everything is represented just about. I see some oil paints, some watercolors and etchings. Everything it's very diverse and very unusual too. You had mentioned a little bit about Harry doing some decorating on some of your ceramics. Do you ever work together as a unit? Do you ever sit down and paint or draw together?
Well, this is interesting because we were visiting my son a couple of months ago, and he had an empty wall. And he said, you know, really need something on this wall. And we were all there except for Marnie, who came later on to add her piece to it. And we all did something on the wall, which was a mural. And everyone did it in their own way. It kind of worked.
Oh, that's really great. What's next in the future? Is anybody going to pursue this even further professionally? What's next?
Well, I do professional graphics and brochures, catalogs, and annual reports and stuff like that.
Great. How about you ladies?
Well, I'd be more than happy to do a mural for anyone, like children's rooms I do. And I'm thinking about maybe doing parties, children's parties, crafts, and things like that.
How about you, Sarah? Are you going to help your mom with that?
No.
Oh, no. She needs your help, right? How about you?
Well, I mostly do it for my own enjoyment right now. It's kind of inspired me to consider it, going into it more as a career.
Now, have any of you gotten a response yet about this exhibit?
A response?
Right, from anybody. I mean, you had an article in the paper.
Yeah, well, actually, we have. I mean, it was kind of a surprise to find that the Home News, the Star Ledger, the Tribune, and you were interested in doing, a little story on us, and that was fun. Yeah,
because it's such an unusual exhibit, because so many people are involved. But it's really a wonderful exhibit, and I thank you very much for joining me.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Hi, welcome back once again to Your Pet Doctor. I'm Dolly Vasta, your host for today, and my co-host is?
I'm Dr. Brian Johnson from the Cranberry Veterinary Hospital in East Brunswick.
And we have a very timely subject to discuss, Halloween.
Yes, very important, much more than sometimes people will realize. We have to prepare our pets for this day, not for a celebration, but against some of the goblins and things that are running around. A couple of key issues. The kids are going to be out getting all kinds of goodies, candy. The dogs love to get into this, so that's one thing we're going to have to try to make sure they don't get. Don't forget that chocolate is poisonous to the dog, so we want to, by all means, make sure they don't get any of the goodies.
Doesn't do any good to my hips either, let me tell you.
No, that's true. Another thing that we have to be worried about is on mischief night. Don't let your dogs or cats out. Sometimes kids are misdirected and they will do things to the pets that are really inappropriate. Do your pets a favor, and on that night, don't let your pets out. If you must take them out, take them for a walk. Don't let the cats out, don't let the dogs out.
Dress your animal up, give him a little
Take him
bag.
for a walk, wonderful. But not by himself.
But
I
not
just
by
don't want to
himself.
see him get abused. Sometimes you'll get a misdirected young kid and they'll do that.
Are animals really afraid of costumes and dressing up that much?
Very much so. That was the next thing. If your dog tends to be at all hyperreactive, make sure that when the trick-or-treaters come, that the dog is not by the front door. They'll open the door and you'll see these strange things. It's perfectly normal for the dog to be protective, and he might jump out and bite them. Not meaning to do any harm, but he can do. So probably the best thing is to put him in the back room, or at least have control of him during that night. The other thing that we want to remember is some dogs get very excited when a lot of traffic is going through, when the doorbells are ringing, when noises are going off. I have one of those myself. It might be kinder to give her a tranquilizer as you would when the thunderstorms come. And if you can do that, it will usually carry them through the night and they won't have any problems. Just give them a tranquilizer, put them in the back room, and they will enjoy Halloween a lot more without the goblins and ghosts out there.
See, you can take a tranquilizer along with the dog, because that doorbell ringing can drive you crazy
Constantly.
after a while.
This can be a major problem. The dogs do get very, very upset. And of course, the other thing that we mentioned before is the candy which was available. Chocolate can be very serious to the dog and can actually hurt him. So you've got to be careful to make sure that that is not left, and don't just put it up on top of the table. They have a knack of getting up and getting it.
Okay, so you know everything now. No candy, no costumes, and have a good time. We'll see you next week.
At Wednesday night's Township Council action meeting, the council quickly approved the consent agenda and moved on to new business.
You received an appointment to the East Brunswick Housing Corporation under new business. The appointment would name Frank Tulare as the council representative to the East Brunswick Housing Corporation until the end of the year. There is a resume of Mr. Tulare in our packet, and with that I would like to introduce Resolution 9430, Township Council appointee to the East Brunswick Community Housing Corporation, Frank Tulare. Do I have a motion?
I'd like to move that.
Thank you, Mr. Sporn. Second?
Second.
Thank you.
In other council news, Councilman Joe Hudak expressed concerns over the long-range financial goals for the township.
We don't seem to have a plan to follow. There's a master plan in building, a master plan in water, planning. We don't have a master plan in our economic, and that worries me. I would only ask these candidates that for the next 4 years, if they're going to get elected, what are their financial plans for the town so that the taxpayers could rest better? I mean, some plans, I could come out with 22 of them, probably right within the top of my head. I don't hear anything. I don't read anything in a paper. I don't know if, are we going to go in a direction that we're going forward now, or are we going to consolidate departments? Are we going to lay off any people? Are we going to go business as usual with our capital expenditures, with our budget, with our capital expenditures every year, with our road improvements? You know, I would hope that maybe somebody would enlighten me to find out where we're going to go in the next 4 years.
Also at Monday night's meeting, Councilman Tom Clark urged the council to send a resolution to the State Department of Transportation opposing a new proposal that allows tractor-trailer truck drivers to drive up to 100 hours per week. Currently, truck drivers are allowed to drive a maximum of 80 hours per week. Councilman Clark spoke of the potential dangers, especially to East Brunswick residents, because of the number of highways that run through the township. That's all the news for this week, but we leave you tonight with video of the members of Cub Scout Pack 223, Den Number 2, from Bound Monroe and Frost Schools. This great group of kids came to Channel 8 to see how a TV studio operates in order to earn their communications badges. Thanks for watching.